Test 1, 2.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to welcome you to another edition of Beat This Game Today. And as you're about to see here, we are playing Comix Zone, which is one of my favorite games on the Sega Genesis, and one of the few games that I can think of that I really tried to beat when I was a kid, but I never accomplished. So this was kind of a trial, but definitely fun to finally get through this game. For those of you who are watching this, usually these videos come out on Tuesdays, but I messed up and fell asleep last night before I wanted to, so I didn't get it out last night, but I'm getting it out today. So. I spent a pretty good amount of time trying to get through this game, so you'll see the first couple levels here, I run them pretty quick. I guess this is somewhat close to what a speedrun might be, mainly because I didn't really want to spend a lot of time getting through this game after spending hours and hours of trying to beat it, so I tried to do it as fast as I could. What I like about this game the most is at least for the Genesis, the graphics are excellent. I love how they did these comic panels where you can kind of pick your own paths, and some ways are harder than others, and there's different techniques to get through them. I think it's a really terrific game, and it really surprises me a lot that this game, out of all the games that I can think of on the Genesis, didn't get a sequel, which is kind of amazing to me. To me, this formula is so unique, and it works so great that I don't know why they didn't make another game. And on the other side of it too, I think the worlds of this whole world, this whole idea could have been definitely expanded upon, but the one negative thing I think most people have about this game is that it's so short. But they kind of make up for it, whereas even though it's a short game, I think there's 3 levels, or 3 episodes, that they're all really hard. Most people I don't think can get past the first episode. Essentially, most of the episodes have two levels inside of them. And it's definitely pretty difficult, but I'm rambling on about this stuff now. But anyways, you get a pretty standard character. He can kick and jump, and then you can get different items along the way. You've got your rat, you've got a energy a potion that brings up your energy. You've got dynamite, which can blow stuff up. You've got a bomb that you can throw, and then there's a knife. I believe that is it. And they all come in handy in different places in the game. And what's nice is there's secrets that are hidden into these panel frames that the rat can unlock, or he can do things like that, go over and pull levers or whatnot. So it's pretty cool. Like I said, I really wish they would have made this game a little bit longer, maybe toned down the difficulty but made it longer, but I guess they had their own reasons behind why they didn't do it. Also, if you see me pausing this game at any particular point real quick, it's mainly to get the time counter just to see how long it took me to get through some of these levels. Like I said, I played it so long, and at some point I was just trying to see how fast I could get. What's nice too, just about the kicks and the punches, is it's not just something that's very bland like a beat 'em up where you just push the buttons and then you beat the object up. There's different ways to different forms of kicks, like an uppercut that's much more powerful for the punches. There's like a downward kick that you can be standing that's pretty effective against most of the enemies. So it actually gives you pretty good control over beating up certain enemies. Kind of similar, I guess, to Double Dragon. I'm about ready to hit the first level boss here, or the first episode boss. You can see I'm letting the rat go, and there's like a secret right there, some energy there, and he'll get it for you. I think they've even re-released this game on the Xbox network for downloadable play. I'm not sure if they did it on the PlayStation, but I imagine they might have as well. So if you don't have a Genesis, or you don't have the ability to get a copy of this game on the Genesis, you can always download it there. I guess the kind of the secret on getting these guys is to beat them up as quickly as possible, because the other ones will come out, and then if you have 2 or 3 of them to deal with at once, it makes it a lot more difficult. Like I said, here's the first level boss. Pretty easy trick to get him is you just keep hitting him. I think there's 5 times you hit him, and so he goes up there, and then you can go underneath him and get to the other side. And as you can see, if when he blows his fire, he'll light the barrel on fire as long as it's not moving, and then you can slide it over underneath it and kill him. If you didn't want to do that, you could still kind of do the pattern of jump kicking him and dodging his attacks. It worked pretty good too, but that trick works a little better because you can beat him faster. Episode 2. This is where the game starts getting, I would consider, fairly difficult level. It goes up as far as how you're going to get through it, because you get different enemies. They're a lot tougher to beat, and then additionally you're always going to be, from this point on, begging for more energy or more items to use. And then also there'll be times too where you'll have to destroy crates or destroy obstructions on the levels, and if you don't do that, then you're not going to go forward first, and then it also takes away energy every time you destroy any of these items. So definitely have to have some strategy as far as how to manage your energy. You can see I'm going to use this potion here, and I'm going to get the rat here to get, there's an item right there. Of course, these stupid things are blocking it. Yeah, this section you really need that dynamite right there, because when you get down to the bottom here, there's these rocks you got to blow up so you can go down. If you don't have the dynamite, then you're left with breaking them yourself, which costs you energy. So yeah, don't want to do that. Now those question marks right there, those are can be some of the best things and the worst things. As you go on to like the next episode, there's definitely a lot more of them, but the game can get pretty damn cheap sometimes, where if you pick those up, it's basically random, and it could be an explosion that essentially takes away all your energy. So that's pretty damn cheap to me, but you'll see whether or not I get hit by one of those later on. As secret with beating these 2 guys, make sure that both of them are on one side. You don't want them to be where they split you, where one's on your left side, one's on your right side, because it'll just tear your ass up. And essentially too, if you have them on both one side while you're defeating them, if they shoot their projectile weapons at you, it'll either hit the other person or the computer itself. The AI won't actually shoot them because it knows better than that to kill its own person. You get in between them, they'll shoot them, and then it just becomes a real mess. These guys with the sticks are a real pain in the ass. You really just want to keep kicking their ass, because if you don't, they'll get on that stick and jump around, and then they'll have different attacks that they can use. If you just keep on them and don't give them a chance to use that weapon, it's a lot easier. And here you want to use for some reason, the rat scares this particular type of enemy, so you don't have to spend any energy keeping them up. Here, I'm going to get the secret right here, and I get this bomb to throw at him. If you don't want to do this and waste the time to do it, if you time the jump correctly, you can jump over top of him, get behind him, and essentially when he turns around, it squeezes him off that ledge, and he falls off and dies. This is kind of difficult. You need to make sure that you get these guys to where they don't hit you dead on, because sometimes you'll end up falling off this rope, and then that's pretty much the end. And as I was saying, or if I didn't already mention it, you get 1 death in this game. So you're going to go back to the beginning of the level or the game's over. Essentially the way it works with that is, in the first episode, at any time, I believe, if you die, that's game over. You make it to the second episode, you have one death / continue that you can use. So if I died right here, since I've beaten the 2 levels, essentially you would get one more like continue. You'd have to restart at the beginning of this level, and then if I died again, game would be over. If you make it to the 3rd episode, you can do it twice. So at least I think that's how that works. Right here is a little secret right there. You pull down on that lever and then you roll right there to get underneath it. If not, you expend energy to beat down that gate. But again, energy being something you need a lot in this level, probably don't want to waste your time doing that. Yeah, see, that's kind of what I was talking about with that other weapon. Sometimes they'll also light it up with some sort of like projectile force field on that damn poker stick, and it's a real pain in the ass to get them. So you definitely don't want to let that bastard go. Roadkill here, the rat, to get this item. Luckily it wasn't an explosion or an automatic kill. Again, you use the rat on these guys. There's 3 of them. You don't want to necessarily break through all these walls at once, because if you get them all 3, it's a little tougher to kill them. Doing one at a time is the best idea. Oh, true. You want to make sure when you're using him that he doesn't take too much damage, because he can die. The good thing about Roadkill is if you do lose them or he dies or whatnot, there's usually a couple points in each stage here that you can use to get him back. Now that one you can either go down or to the left. I like to go to the left. I think it's a little bit easier. Going down, there's some more enemies and stuff you gotta face. This is just kind of a timed event situation where you need to beat through these doors before that fire comes down and kills you. Here we go, coming up on close to the stage 2 boss. This guy's kind of a pain in the ass. Another thing to note about this game is that it has excellent music. And that's what, other than the gameplay, that's what it's kind of known for, is the music. It's really, really, really good. A lot of guys have done a bunch of really great remix of this music, so if you've never heard them, definitely go check them out. It's something worth taking a listen to. Here you release the rat, he picks up that thing, and you have a couple seconds to roll underneath it, and then go to the next stage. Here's the boss character. Basically, he's going to shoot some attacks out that will go from the ground, either coming from the right or the left. All you gotta do is jump over him, and then eventually he'll come out and fight you. And he basically, I think, shoots. Maybe he's shooting some out of his fingernails, or he's shooting fingernails, or what's the deal? But he shoots them, and if you either up or down, so you can either jump over him or duck and miss him. And essentially, if you were to back this guy up against the wall and beat him, he'll hit the wall, and then I think he actually hits his own projectile, that you can see him stuck in the wall still, and that will kill him. And if not, you can just keep hitting him, and that will take him out as well. You see him use the dynamite there to get kind of a quick hit on him.
Your kung fu is good. Come on.
That's it for him.
Oh yeah.
All right, episode 3. as kind of with episode 2, the enemies on this stage get definitely increase in their difficulty. So you definitely want to stay on top of them as long as don't give them any room to breathe pretty much. Now there is something worth noting that you can use on these enemies like that where you get multiples on the stage, which I used at the beginning of the first episode. You can tear a page off the background and then it turns into a paper airplane, and then you can throw it and it'll basically eliminate most of the enemies on the screen. I'll make 2 passes. You can kind of do it anytime you want, but I will tell you that it does take a good bit of energy, so you can't use it all the time. But that might be something to do if both of them drop in and you want it to time it correctly. You could throw that paper and take out 2 of them. This one, you're going to kill this guy right here, and then you're going to drop roadkill. He's going to go in his mouth. It's going to make him try to crunch down and kill him, and then you can punch his mouth right there. That's it for him. This is a little bit right here. You want to take this guy out right there because if he hits you, he's going to knock you into what just happened there, into the floor bombs, and that takes a good bit of energy away. You can see there's more of them right there. Use the dynamite that you got to blow a hole there on the left side so you can get through. Take out this chick. Oh yeah, I meant to mention that fist right there turns you into your superhero character form that basically eliminates everything on the stage or on the screen. Pull that lever, you get some items up there. Now here's the secret right here. It's supposed to go in right. You release roadkill. He's going to open up a secret passage that bypasses some of these panels. Then you can go down, and when you go down, there's 2 question marks that you can use to see what kind of items you get. This is normally I like to record these things that I do straight run-throughs and I'm not dying, which is kind of the tradition with all of the ones that I've done so far on Beat This Game Today. But I kind of got a cheap into that stick, and I got one of those question marks that kills you, so I figured, why try the damn game again? I'm just going to do it from here, and I don't die anymore, so that was the only time it happened. I felt that was a little cheap, so I figured I might as well leave it in. As you can see, I'm going to use the quicker way right there. Throw that and then kill these guys. That way I don't have to deal with them all. I'm not gonna lie, watching this again reminds me how pissed off I was when that happened. Because to get to this point, I want to say it takes about 15-16 minutes, at least for me. And to have to reset the game because I died right there pisses me off. So I didn't feel like messing with it. This time when I go through, I'm pretty sure I don't take any damage from these explosions, but I think I actually did kind of like a glitch where I tripped it because I got hit there, so I was invincible, and then I actually set off the bomb. So you can do it that way too. Just don't want to get hit by those because it takes a massive amount of energy, and it makes it almost impossible to beat this stage because there aren't very many points in this game going forward or in this episode where you can get life. we're going to use the secret. I don't remember exactly what I got this time, but kind of what you want to have going down in here is one of those bombs you can throw, or something that can take everything out on the screen, because the guy, the first little boss that's below here, right there, that asshole, if you can just kill him right off the bat, it's better, because he definitely throws a lot of cheap-ass projectiles at your ass. Said you want to stay on these guys so they don't shoot those damn projectiles at you. This is kind of a weird scenario. I'm not sure how you actually do this. You got to pull these levers a couple times to make these things go down. I just said screw it, and I'm going to use the airplane there to clear all these things off. But it's kind of weird. You got to wait a minute for this to this kind of a timeout, because usually you have to make those things go down, and then she'll say you cleared the stage. So be a little patient here, and then she'll eventually say you beat it, and I'll let you go to the next stage.
Oh yeah.
Just be careful right there. The left there was that mine, so if you stepped on that, definitely can end that level real quick for you. Here we go on the last stage. You get a couple different items down there. Hopefully the stuff you need. Essentially, there's two paths that you can take. One that goes to the left, that's kind of a shortcut. One that goes to the right, where it just has a bunch of different enemies that you can beat. You can go to the left if you have the dynamite. Because if you don't have the dynamite and you go left, you're basically going to get stuck. Because there's some enemies that come out of the floor from a hole, and the only way to stop them from coming out so that you can go down the hole is to throw the dynamite down there. So if you don't have the dynamite and you go left, you're pretty much over. At least from what I've been able to gather. I've done it a couple times and never been able to get out of it. So if you don't have the dynamite, go right. If you have the dynamite, go left. Just make sure you don't miss when you throw it down the hole. Right here, in that box right there is a energy potion, which you definitely want to get. You see right here. Throw that down the hole. Take care of those guys. Like I said, if you don't have that, it's not going to work, and then you're just going to end up wasting a life right there. Now, I'm sure there's a way to do this, but I don't know what it is. So I just most of these bottom little puzzles I just skipped through because I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and I didn't feel like wasting time on it. I'm sure it has to do with something about dropping that ball down and hitting the lever and then hitting it through the door, but like I said, I don't know. I'm sure what you end up doing is just hitting that thing every time it comes to the left until it drops it. Here's the second one. You basically just jump over that. Don't hit the magnet at the top or the ball, otherwise use energy. Use it to pick that thing up, and then you can go down. I have to sacrifice some hits here. You gotta face these two big hits. kind of the best way to do this is you're going to have enemies that appear on the left here. You want to jump behind them and then make them roll into that fate right there. And then when they hit it, obviously they deal some damage to that. I think I do it one of these times. Well, maybe not. Or you can just do what I'm doing, beating them and throw them into them. I can't believe I didn't roll into these guys. Again, I'm sure there's a way to get that door open. I just don't know how to do it. I would say he's probably the easiest out of all the bosses right here. The only pain in the ass about this thing is you've got to kill him pretty quick because you've got a time limit. If she dies, which I got to him one time and I beat him, but she died and drowned when he puts her in this tank of water here, you can't win the game. So it is a little quick, but he's probably the easiest out of all the bosses to beat here. You're basically just going to get him as far to the left as you can on the bottom, and then there's a switch on the right, and it dumps him. I don't know if it's a bomb or what the hell it does, but you do it like 2 or 3 times and he's dead. If you just try to beat him, like hit him and try to beat him, you can do it that way, but it'll take a lot longer and you won't make it. And she'll drown, and then you won't be able to beat the game despite beating him. You can see her thing's still in water right here. So you just want to get him to come down there, run up, hit the switch. Every time he does that, though, he releases those damn, whatever the hell those are. So definitely want to try to dodge those. You see, that's it right there. He's dead. Beat these guys right here, then you can run up and hit the switch, and you're good to go. They said great game. It's pretty difficult. I may have made it look easy, but trust me, I played this game for 6 hours trying to get through it to memorize all the parts and everything. So, but if you get a chance to play this game, definitely do it. It's really good. The good thing is you can pick it up usually pretty cheap for like $2 to $5 loose, maybe in the box, maybe 5 to 10 at the most. If you have a Genesis, you've never heard of it, or you played it back in the day and you never had a copy, you never beat it, definitely pick it up. It's a good game to play. Like I said, it's kind of short, but it's definitely makes up for it for being really hard. So definitely pick it up. Thanks for watching. As always, if you like this video, feel free to express your feelings down there at the bottom. If you have any comments about it, or you want to share the video, or you have any suggestions of stuff you want me to play, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. I have some other games on my list. I'm kind of been in a Genesis mood lately, so I'm going to try to knock some of those out. I have a couple in mind that people have kind of requested of me to do that I am going to get done. I just wanted to get Comix Zone done first and do something that I consider to be a little bit more of a difficult of a game. But you'll probably see a bunch of Genesis games coming up in the next couple episodes of this. You might even see a Sega CD one, but I haven't decided. But either way, keep watching, and and have a great day.
Oh yeah.
Test 1, 2.
Sega. Whoa!